Hi guys, it is springtime, and springtime, I told you, is so much fun because there's so much growing and going on. Today I brought in a couple of different things to share with you about spring. We're going to read this story. It's called Bright Yellow Flower. Bright Yellow Flower, and that's a daffodil. Those are beautiful. Those are usually the first flowers that I see when spring is coming. Yeah. But I also brought in some other stuff you might find in nature. Look at this. This is my bird's nest. I have two different kinds here, or two different bird's nests. But you can see how they use all the stuff that they find in nature, the birds. Different pieces of grass and straw and all kinds of stuff that they find to make their nest. And it's kind of like they use mud as well. Yeah, so that's one bird's nest. And then here's the other one I have. It's a little bit smaller. Isn't that cool? Whoa! Yeah, you can see there's a little hole in there. All right, so we have bird's nest in the springtime. Flowers are growing, and that's what our lesson's going to be about today. I also told you that I would show you those seeds that we planted because I wanted to show you how a seed has a seed coat. Now it's gotten a little bit wrinkly. Let's see if you can see it. A little bit wrinkly. You see that? And then the seed coat is a little bit softer now. So actually, look, the skin peels right off of that. Can you see it? That's hard to tell. But you can do it with your own seeds that I'm going to give you. But the seed coat comes right off up there. Okay? So we'll keep an eye on them. We'll keep looking at them too. Okay? But here's what's going to happen. In your packet on Friday, if your family can come pick it up, I gave you that bag with two sunflower seeds and 2 lima beans. You wet the paper towel and put it in your windowsill. And if you can't come to pick up the seeds, then see if you can find an orange or an apple or something that has a seed around your house. Or ask somebody to help you find some seeds to plant and to watch grow. Okay? So water it, put it in the windowsill, and kind of keep an eye on it. And we'll keep an eye on it here too. Okay? I'm going to read this story about spring, and then we're going to go through our little life cycle of the plant, and I'm going to give you some writing and some science to do. Okay? All right, it says bright yellow flower, that daffodil. And yes, I need my glasses. I know, I noticed in my other videos I was squinting. Because as you get older, you can't see the words very good. I know. So I have my glasses today. It's spring! It is spring, isn't it? It says, it's spring, it's time for me to bloom. So we're talking about this flower. I am a bright yellow flower called a daffodil. The sun warms me up, the sun keeps me strong. Sunlight is very important to me. And if you look closely, you can see those little ants too that we talked about last week. Insects, right? Oh, and the ladybug. You can see her, yep. Let's see, I need sunlight, air, and water to grow. There's a little bunny rabbit too. Air, water, sunlight to grow. I don't grow from a seed. I grow from a bulb. So this type of flower has a big thing at the bottom called a bulb. Yeah, it's a little bit different than a seed. It looks like a seed. It's just bigger and fatter. It's called a bulb. Yeah. It stores the food, kind of like the seed stores the food, so does a bulb. Its roots get water from soil. So look, you got wiggly worms, you got an ant down there, you got the roots starting to grow down into the soil. Awesome. Definitely springtime. My flower has 6 petals. They smell sweet in the breeze. My flower center is called the trumpet. This part right here is called the trumpet. Look how pretty it is. It's a beautiful flower. My stem helps me stand up straight. It holds my flower towards the sun. It also carries food from the bulb to my flower. All right, so see this stem right here? Super important. The roots get the water, suck it up, and it goes up like a straw to the flower part and to the leaves. Yeah, you need that water in the mixture to make food for the plant. It is raining. Rain is good for me. My roots drink up the water, Splash, splash, splash. There's a bird coming to visit. Yep. So the roots, the stem, the leaves, and the flower. The rain stops, and here's my friend the butterfly. Flutter, flutter. She likes my bright color and sweet smell. So butterflies are going to be coming to drink the nectar, and they might even spread pollen, that yellow dust that's inside the flowers. They might get it stuck on their feet, and then they visit different plants and spread that pollen around. So do bumblebees. Very cool, huh? Buzz, buzz. It's a helpful bee. He collects fuzzy pollen to make honey. So let's see, we got this little bee, look at him. Yep, he comes to visit and spread pollen. Good job. So you might see some bees in the summer. I see a kitty cat. Can you see my kitty cat? Oh, Shadow. Shadow, get down. I think Shadow wanted to see what was in the bird's nest. All these new smells, nature smells, make my kitty cats go crazy. Okay, a ladybug is on my leaf. She eats insects that might hurt it. So there's these little aphids, these little tiny bugs on top of the leaves that the ladybugs will eat. It says munch, munch, munch. She makes me smile. All right, so those aphids are tiny. You can't see them with your eyes, but the ladybug will eat them. Yeah. Little mice jump in the grass, and a leaping frog is looking for lunch in a nearby pond. So frogs, sometimes they're tadpoles right now, and then pretty soon they'll turn into frogs. I'm hoping that we can catch some tadpoles so we can watch them grow. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, we can see their life cycle. If that happens, I'll let you know. A robin, remember the red robin? They live in these nests too. It says a red robin is flying by with straw in her beak. She is building her nest. See, busy building her nest. And look, she's using that pieces of straw and hay and grass to make that nest. It's cool, huh? Finally, it starts to get dark, and a hedgehog is running around. He has a mouthful of grass and leaves. So those daffodil leaves, look, the little hedgehog wants to eat it. So that's his food, some leaves. I love little hedgehogs. They're so cute. A cat lies down to spend the night. Tomorrow is another day for me. The bright yellow flower. Hey, we had a kitty cat walk by too. Maybe my kitty cat knew about this kitty cat, huh? All right, so lots of things going on in the springtime, huh? All right, here's what I want you to do. Besides plant that seed I gave you, you're going to do that assignment. That's going to be your science experiment to watch it grow. But then, for writing, we're going to do a factual report. It says how a plant grows. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And definitely use those sequence words. First, next, then, and last. And kind of tell me what happens when you plant a seed. Tell me the life cycle. What happens first, next, then, and last. Okay? So I'm going to be checking for sentences, your sentence structure, and your sequence, and just to see if your paper makes sense. Okay? And it has to be real. It has to be real facts. So I don't want to see, I love butterflies. I love flowers. That's an opinion. This one is a factual report about the life cycle of a plant. Okay? And here's some words that you might need in your story. If you look at the diagram, it's labeled. Ooh, labels. And this is something you can do too. You can draw a plant, a flower, and then label all the parts. All right, so you have root. You can make those little roots, like little fingers sticking out, right, like that. And write root and make a little arrow so I know that that's the label for root. And then you have stem, which is like the straw that carries the water. And then draw some leaves. That's where the food is made, and we haven't talked about that much. But that is where the food, the sugar is made in the leaves. So it needs sunlight and water and mixes to make food for the plant. So you need leaves. And then, of course, the flower. So draw a pretty flower for me and label it with flower. Good. All right, so that's another assignment you could do, labeling in a picture. And then I want to take a look at this sequence up here. This is that life cycle of the plant too. You have the bean or the seed that we planted. It opens up and those roots come down into the soil first to start gathering water. And then out of that seed coat, remember the seed coat splits open. See, like this one, right? Splits open, falls off. Yeah, see that? And then the little baby plant starts to grow. The root grows first, and then the sprout. You can start to see the sprout, and then some leaves, they come next. And it grows taller and taller and taller, and the roots get stronger and bigger and spread out more. And then we have the flower. And inside the flower are more seeds, so that when they drop, they can start that life cycle all over again. It's kind of cool, huh? Yeah. So, let's see. Keep an eye on your plants that you are going to put in your windowsill. Draw me the flower and label it. And then write me a story on how a plant grows. That's plenty of things to keep you busy and learning, okay? All right, and call me if you have any questions or send me a picture. I would love to see your picture of your plant in your window. That would be fun, wouldn't it? All right, so keep learning.